My name is Sandra Walker, and I'm a Quechada Indian. I married an Alabama Quechada Indian man, and I never got to live on the reservation when I was growing up, but I lived around Native American people. I grew up with them. I went to school with them, and basically my growing up years, I remember is that my dad worked long hours to support us, and basically what my mom did was she stayed home, and she would make sure we went to school. We did chores around the house. This was just my brothers and my sisters. But when we went to school, I would hang around with a lot of the Native American guys and girls, and I had a lot of friends, but I never really got to live on the reservation when I was growing up. I have 9 in our family. There's 4 of us girls and five of us boys. I mean 5 of the boys. And whenever we would go to school, I had a hard time really trying to talk in English because I was so used to talking in Indian because my parents only spoke in Indian. And so there were some words that I had to struggle with because I didn't really understand what they were saying when they were talking in English. And I did struggle with it a little bit, but as I hung around and went to school, I learned to speak English pretty well. I can still speak my native language, which is Quechada. I know a little bit about Alabama Quechada in their native language, but I don't. They're pretty similar, but they're not really all of them. Or some of the words are like totally different. Also, we each have, like our tribe has what they call clans, and I can tell you, I'll tell you in English and then in Indian some of the words. My clan is Turkey, which turkey you say in Indian is fito. And then another word that I can tell you would be like a tree. How you say tree in Indian would be ito. And what you could say for a boy would be, in Indian, would be nani. And for a girl would be tayi. In our clan, like my clan would be Fito, Turkey. We were always, back in the days, I don't know how long ago, but they used to tell us that you do not eat your clan. But I guess as the time went on, I still eat turkey for Thanksgiving, or if it's a sandwich or something, I'll eat turkey, which is also my clan, but I still eat it. And also in our houses, a lot of people think that we live in teepees. Maybe so a long time ago they probably did, but nowadays we live in regular houses just like everybody else does. And how you say house in Indian is isa. We also, my mom taught us when we were growing up, because she used to make baskets which are made out of long pine needles. Okay, once you start making a basket, depending on the size of the basket, if you make one, I would say about this big, that would probably take me about 3-4 days to make one, maybe even longer than that, depending on how much materials that you use, like pine cones, or if you have to use different colors of raffia. Okay, the way my mom taught us was it was important for us to keep that tradition going. Although I have a daughter that I've taught her how to make a basket. She's made a couple of them before, but she's really never made it anymore, other than the ones that she's made when she was smaller. But that's just a tradition that we just try to keep it. But I think pretty much the older women are the ones that normally make the baskets now.
My name is Nema Robinson Williams, and I grew up in Livingston, Texas, which is close to the reservation. I was only about a fourth a mile from the Indian reservation. And my growing up time was all with Native Americans. I had a few friends that were Caucasian in high school. And I was mainly grew up as very traditional because my mother used plants as Indian medicine. So that's all I grew up with. When I was sick, they went and picked out plants out of the woods to as medicine. So that's what we used growing up. We didn't have Tylenol. We didn't have all this stuff that we have now. As far as foods, we didn't waste anything. If we killed an animal, we used almost every part of the animal. And for like, if we killed hogs, we used their ears. We cooked their ears and tails together. We cooked it in a way where we ate it with rice. Everything within our tribe, everything that we cook is poured over rice. And the intestines of a pork, we used to clean that. I know that's gross, but it is very good. And but like I said, they didn't waste a single thing. We even eat the feet on a pig, and we cook it and just eat it over rice. And now our tribe is known for not mainly for raising cattle, but for farming. That's how they made their living. We also made pine needle baskets, and that was very important to our tribe because that's what we used to trade with the white people, the stuff that we couldn't get our hands on, like ammunition or jewelry or whatever. That's what we traded. We traded our baskets for the stuff they had that we didn't have access to. And I speak my native language. I have 2 girls, and we try to teach them our language. They couldn't learn because it was a white lady that kept our kids, so she didn't speak our language, so they weren't able to learn. They understand, but they can't speak it. So our language is we're almost losing our language. And back on the pine needle baskets, my mother made a train that was, they entered the Smithsonian, and it was there for years. I don't know if it still is, but she made a copy of a train. And nowadays the baskets are there's very few people that make them. So there's a great need for them. And if you can imagine the size of a ruler, a 12-inch ruler, and the height of a 12-inch ruler, that would bring in probably anywhere from $900 to $1,000 per basket. And according to what kind of decoration you have on it. And when I say decoration, it's like you put pine cones on it and just put looks like pine needle leaves on it. But it's according to how you decorate it also. but it's very time consuming. For a 12-inch basket, it normally takes me a good month to finish it, so it's well worth. I know it sounds expensive, but it's very time consuming. We were taught at a young age to respect our elders, and it's so important. And this should be for every race, but the Native people are it's real important for them to teach their children if you see an elder needing help, you just get up and help them. If they ever catch you when you don't respect them, or if they need help and you don't, we were penalized with spanking. So, but that's very important in our tribe, to respect your elders. If you're sitting down and they don't have a seat, you get up for them. If you're younger than they are, I don't care how old you are, you respect your elders. That was one of the main things that we were taught growing up.